In the last class we finished up till the means of transport, है ना, इतना हमने डिमेरिट्स तक डिस्कस किया था. अब हम फैक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पढ़ेंगे. तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का लास्ट जो टॉपिक है जो हमें कवर करना है वो है कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. ठीक है, कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑब्वियसली हम पूरी तरह से कट ऑफ नहीं कर सकते. क्यों? Because if we do not get the goods delivered from the place of production to the place of consumption, तो हमें सेल्स करने का मौका नहीं मिलेगा, जो कि मेन सोर्स ऑफ अर्निंग ऑफ द बिजनेस है. तो हमें ये चीज़ ध्यान रखनी है कि हम कैसे उनको मिनिमाइज़ कर सकते हैं. तो ऐसी कौन कौन से पॉइंट्स हैं या जिन चीज़ों को हमें ध्यान में रखना चाहिए जो कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पे बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट डाल सकते हैं. ओके, ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉस्ट इज़ एन इम्पॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट इन रूरल मार्केटिंग. इफ़ द कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इज़ हाई, द कॉस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट इंक्रीजेज ऑटोमेटिकली. ठीक है, तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में जो भी पैसा लगेगा ऑब्वियसली वो प्रोड्यूसर कहाँ से रिकवर करेगा? कंज्यूमर से. एफर्ट्स शुड बी मेड टू रिड्यूस द कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. The major components that affect the cost of transportation are, first is distance. So जितना ज़्यादा डिस्टेंस तक मुझे ट्रांसपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा, जितनी दूर तक गुड्स को भेजना पड़ेगा, उतना ज़्यादा कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन लगेगा. A major component that determines the cost of transportation is distance. If the distance is more, then the cost of transportation will be more, and if the distance is less, then the cost of transportation will be less. In fact, in terms of distance, the cost of the instrument should be chosen. So depending on कि कितनी दूर तक, how far we need to send the goods, हमें ये डिसाइड करना चाहिए कि कौन सा मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सबसे इकोनॉमिकल रहेगा. ओके, then quantity of product. The transport cost per unit of a commodity decreases if the quantity increases. If the entire truck is loaded, even then it costs less. While only a few quintals of goods are available for transport, then the cost does not come down. Okay, so quantity of product, जैसे अगर हम ट्रक में ट्रांसपोर्ट कर रहे हैं तो the truck should be entirely loaded with the products. If the truck is not fully loaded, the cost of transportation will have to be distributed among the smaller number of units that are being transported. Okay, and if there are more number of units, the transport cost will be less per unit. Do you understand? एक जितने यूनिट्स ट्रांसपोर्ट होंगे पर यूनिट कॉस्ट हम डिवाइड कर देते हैं. तो अगर नंबर ऑफ़ यूनिट्स कम है तो पर यूनिट कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन बढ़ जाएगा. नेक्स्ट इज मोड ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट. डिफरेंट मोड्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट हैव डिफरेंट कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. ओके, सो वी डिड स्टडी द मोड्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट, दैट इज एयर, वाटर एंड लैंड. As the cost is less in water transport, air transport is more. Rail and road transport are comparatively cheaper. The cheaper and most easily available transport is bullock carts. Okay. Then next, road conditions. The cost of transportation also depends on the condition and availability of roads. Where the roads are not good, transportation costs are high. The government should pay adequate attention to the construction and maintenance of roads to keep the cost of transportation reasonable, as it is an infrastructure for successful marketing. Okay, so if the goods are constructed and in proper order, the goods can be easily transported from warehouse to customers, or from production unit to wherever we need to send the goods. Then nature of product. The cost of transportation per unit depends on the nature of the goods. General products have lower transportation costs than specific and perishable products. The cost of transportation in many perishable goods or flammable materials such as perishable goods such as eggs, milk, cheese, butter. Then flammable materials include petrol, diesel, etc. Okay, so in case of such goods, the transportation is higher because there is a need for quick transport of the goods and to take special care of the products. Okay, so the nature of product also determines the cost of transportation. Then availability of goods on the return journey. If the goods on both sides are available for transportation, then the cost of transportation definitely comes down. If only one side of goods were to be carried, if the unit of cost of transport comes high, if the goods are available for transportation even for return, then the cost of transportation comes down per unit. Okay, so obviously the transport vehicle that is going to deliver goods from production unit to wholesaler will have to return back, and on the return journey, if there are raw material available or some other products that are available for transporting back to the production unit, then the per unit cost of transport comes down because they have utilized both the sides of trip. Then related risk. A general rule of economics is that more risk is more profit and no risk is no profit. Product risk is also a key component in determining the cost of transportation. Products that have more risk are more likely to have higher transport costs. If the goods are being transported at the owner's risk, then the cost of transportation will come down, and if the transportation agency is put at risk, then the cost of transportation will become more. If other items remain the same, then the cost of transportation also depends on the risk of the product. So if the product is riskier to transport, say for example as we discussed that about flammable product, so they carry a higher risk factor on being transported. They are flammable, they can catch fire if small points are neglected. So the transporter has to take extra steps, or special attention has to be paid in order to minimize the risk factor. So if the risk is high, obviously the cost of transportation will also be higher. Okay, next we come to so that finishes the transportation. Next we come to standardization and grading. Now what is standardization and grading? Standardization and grading refers to grouping or classification of products in different groups or different sets according to their characteristics. Okay, or we can say according to the quality. Various scholars have defined them in following ways. So according to Revajan, gradation or grading is the use of standards or groups of standards in which uncategorized items are stored in bulk that are similar in variety, size and quality. Okay, so it can they are divided in groups depending on various standards. Main features of standardization are: the type of object in a standardization are determined. So depending on the type of object, the different standards are set. For example, standardization classifications for say rice will be different from standardization of we can say any fruit. Okay, standardization is done only when science, technology and research are done. This standardization is the best method. So based on scientific methods of determining the standards, various standardization features are set. Like depending on the size of the grain of rice, the quality is determined. The bigger the grain of rice, the more better quality. Okay. So next is standardization can be done by both goods and systems. So depending on the type of goods, sometimes the method of production determines the various standards or grading of the product, and sometimes the good itself, the product itself, determines the various grades they have to be put in. Then like organic and non-organic products, okay, they are of different standards or different grades. Standardization is often done on large scale industries. Okay, so these are the features of standardization. So let's not move any further because